Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, visiting heart specialists hold free clinic in Santa Elena Town. Contestants of the Señorita Flor de la Feria complain about glitches in the pageant. And Foreign Minister Wilfred Ellington attends commemoration of Sandinista Revolution in Nicaragua. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
Would you like to know more about the flora and fauna of Belize? Do you enjoy gardening and need some tips? Then tune in to The Garden Show with Belize Botanic Gardens every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, only on the National Channel.
Wondering what it feels like to be in the clouds? Then let's go on an exciting tour and experience a great new adventure. TNH Tours Belize offers a variety of horseback riding combined with caving, canoeing, and personalized tours. Enjoy pristine jungle canopies, caves, and magnificent views. Tour safely with our licensed tour guides and professional horsemen. For a memorable tour in the heart of Belize's natural heritage, come to TNH Tours. For more information, contact us at tnhtoursbelize.com or call 667-8884 or 600-1293. Thanks for choosing TNH Tours Belize. Here now is the news in details. Residents of the twin towns of San Ignacio and Santa Elena today came out in numbers to take advantage of a free heart screening clinic. The event was held at the St. Ignatius High School compound in Santa Elena Town. It started at 9 o'clock this morning, and from the opening of the doors, there was a steady stream of patients, young and old, who went in to get their heart health monitored. Teresa Johnson is the Executive Director of the International Medical Outreach, which is sponsoring the series of clinics.
Today we're doing a cardiac screening for heart disease. We're looking mostly for rheumatic fever, which causes heart valve disease. This is supported by Edwards Life Sciences and their initiative called Every Heartbeat Matters, and Caroline's Healthcare System and the Heinemann Foundation together make international medical outreach. And so we're all collaboratively working to stamp out heart disease as best as we can.
How easy or how challenging is it to diagnose heart disease?
You know, most times you have some type of a symptom. The problem is most people don't go to have the symptoms checked out, until it gets really critical. So, if you've had rheumatic fever in your family or heart disease in your family, those are things that you want to think about and have, get screened.
When you say rheumatic fever, most Belizeans might not know what that is. What is it?
Strep throat. Basically is strep throat. It is an infection in the throat, and what it does is that particular bacteria causes what's called endocarditis, but it makes the heart inflamed, irritable and unhappy, and it really affects the heart valve. So basically it's strep throat, and most people either they don't get it treated, they just go on with the symptoms after a while with strep throat, and then eventually it'll go away, but there are side effects to strep throat. or they get the antibiotic for it and they don't finish the entire course of antibiotic, and you have to take a lot of antibiotic to get rid of it.
What are the doctors and the nurses doing specifically today?
Okay, so today they're taking demographic information such as where you live, height, weight, and that type of thing, and they're asking a series of questions that would let us know if you have any kind of symptoms for heart-related diseases. Then they're also checking your blood pressure, your temperature, your pulse, your what we call pulse ox, the saturation of your body, and then we take that information, we send you to a physician, a cardiologist or a cardiac surgeon. They are going to take that information. They're going to look to see, yeah, maybe you need a little more further testing, and if that's true, then we'll send you for an EKG, electrocardiogram, to see the rhythm of the heart. And then, or we're going to send you for a cardiac echo scan, which is a device that is minimally invasive. It doesn't do, or it's non-invasive. You scan the heart, and we can see how your valves are working right here, right then and there. And then if we find something that looks suspicious, we're going to refer you on somewhere else to, for further evaluation.
In terms of the turnout, I see young, middle-aged, and elderly folks out here.
Yes, we put out information. The invitation on the flyer was for ages 16 to 30. However, we won't turn anyone away. I mean, this is important. Heart disease is the number one killer in the world. Everyone has a misconception. They think it's cancer or that, mainly cancer. It's not. Heart disease is the number one killer in the world, and in Belize and in Central America, it's about, according to the World Health Organization, it's about 40 to 45%. So that's what's affecting your population the most. So this is important.
In addition to screening for heart problems due to rheumatic fever, the visiting team of medical professionals also shared crucial information with the patients on how to keep their heart healthy.
And we're also doing some education as far as healthy eating, stop smoking, don't drink in excess or not at all. Exercise. Exercise is key, and it doesn't have to be a strenuous exercise. Just get out and walk. Get out and walk the dog. Get out and walk with your family. Walk to the store instead of driving to the store. Things like that. So yes, number one, eat healthier. Just maintain your body as best you can.
Is it only rheumatic fever as an indicator that you're looking for today?
That's mainly what I'd like to find, what we would like to find. It doesn't, but no. I mean, I would love to know if you have a coronary disease, if you have clogged arteries from not eating right or from smoking, anything we can do to help the Belizeans, that's what we're here to do. That's our main focus.
Who are the people who are in these rooms working along with you?
Okay, so we have the Carolinas College of Health Sciences student nurses are here. There's 8 of those and one of their faculty members. And the nurses are great. They are helping with flow. They're taking all the vital signs. And then we also have a team from Carl Huser Memorial Hospital. They're here helping. We also have some help, believe it or not, from Guatemala. They're here, they're helping and doing some scans, and so, it's a team effort from all over, so we've pulled resources in every direction.
Is it the first time that you're here in Belize doing this, and will you continue?
Nope, actually it is our second time. We did it last year in July. It was a really good success. We had over 100 patients, and this tells you how accurate the statistics are. 50% of those patients had some kind of cardiac problem, whether it was valve, rhythm, high blood pressure, all of those things. So we did it last year. This year we decided to move out of Belize City, try to reach the population that would not go into Belize City. So we're doing it here today. Friday we will be in Dangriga at the Southern Regional Hospital at the junior college there. And we hope to come back next year. I want to keep up, making people healthy in Belize.
Residents of Dangriga and surrounding areas will get to benefit from a similar clinic on Friday. The venue for the free screenings will be the Southern Regional Hospital. The defeat of Nicaraguan dictator General Anastasio Somoza is being commemorated this week in Managua, and Belize is being represented at the festivities. A government press release today noted that Minister of Foreign Affairs Wilfred Elrington and Belize's non-resident ambassador to Nicaragua, Alexis Rosado, are in Managua as invited guests of President Daniel Ortega. It is the 37th anniversary of the Sandinista Revolution, which is seen as the genesis of profound and lasting changes in Nicaragua. Among those changes were the reduction of illiteracy and greater participation of women, youth, and the rural population in Nicaraguan society. The official government press release says that while in Nicaragua, Minister Elrington will have an opportunity to explore opportunities to further Belize-Nicaragua cooperation in the area of tertiary level education, social development, and cultural aspects. Apart from his attendance at the official ceremonies in the capital Managua, his trip would include a working tour of blue fields and the Corn Islands in the southern autonomous Caribbean region of Nicaragua. President Daniel Ortega assumed the rotating presidency pro tempore of the Central American Integration System, CICA, on July 1st. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. We will have more of the day's stories for you right after these messages.
Who said that deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions? Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing that hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. 1 week after the crowning of the 2016 Señorita Flor de la Feria, there is still some disquiet about the outcome of the event. As we reported previously, Rian Gutierrez was crowned the 2016 Señorita Flor de la Feria last week Friday morning. But just minutes after the winner was announced, a couple of the contestants discovered errors in the tabulation of the scores that affected at least two of the candidates. Ms. Caracol, Joanna Guerra, today came to our studios to explain how the errors affected her.
And even though they wouldn't have tallied those 10 points that they say they're tallying to all the other girls, I would have still been first runner-up, meaning that they made more than one mistake. If they made the mistake, what can assuming that they didn't make other mistakes? And on top of this, they are also been humiliating me, treating me bad, posting status on Facebook that have been hurting me emotionally. And I strongly don't believe that should be accepted from a coordinator well known as him. I believe that there should be a public apology with all of the girls, and this is what I came here to talk about what is really affecting me right now.
Tell me, you said that the scoring was wrong. How did you find out the scoring was wrong?
Well, first of all, that night, as you were there, I was second runner-up, so I stayed in the stage and I was like, something is wrong, and I immediately exited the stage. I didn't even wait for the girl to be crowned. I exited the stage. It might have been an ignorant move from me, but I did it. And that same night, I went and I asked for all the scores. And Oscar, he gave me all the scores. I took pictures of every single judge score, and I tallied myself with the help of an accountant. He helped me, and then is when I realized that he had made a mistake, or whoever had made a mistake. And I went and I talked to him, and he was like, "You're right. We made a mistake," and he started to act all weird. From that day, I do not know anything about him. He does not answer me. He blocks me, so I do not know what to do.
When you say that there was an error made, would it have made a difference in your overall position in that pageant?
Yes, it would have made a big difference. Of course, I have the results actually where it makes a difference of at least a point different. So it does make a big difference, and regardless if those 10 points weren't added, I would still first runner up. So I do not understand the whole concept of what he's trying to explain.
The error that was made, who made the error?
Well, he says that it's the tabulator, but in general, he's putting the blame on himself. So at the moment, I'm just targeting him, and just in my eyes, in my opinion, is him making the error because he does not tell me certain person did this and did that. He's taking the error. So for me, it's Oscar Navet.
What is it that you would want from the organizers of the Senorita Flor de la Feria and from Mr. Navet personally?
I would have at least want a public apology, not only for me, but for the other girls that they're going to argue a point that we're going to state right now. But also, I think we should be recompensated, not because only of the money we have wasted, but also because of the emotional stability that have put us through. I fainted backstage. I was there in shock on the floor, and I already suffer from depression. I have to take medications every day. So the fact that they do not care about my emotional stability is frustrating. They need to do something about it, and they need to do it now.
And while the error resulted in a wrong placement in the pageant, Guerra says the way how the situation has been handled by the organizers of the event has left her with a bitter aftertaste.
This is my second time competing for this pageant actually. So I came ready. I came more ready than ever. I came with the best costume. I came with the best I could have ever offered my people. And the fact that they did not recognize that and they still gave me second runner up, and on the stage, Oscar was like, "Oh, we're so proud that she competed again. That's a big deal for us." Like, it wasn't a big deal for me. You humiliated me in front of thousands of people because there were thousands of people in that stage. I could think barely people could walk. So that's not how you do it.
If you had an audience with the organizers, what would you tell them in terms of making changes so that this doesn't happen to another contestant?
Well, I strongly believe if they have their favorite, or if they have somebody that they want or see as the perfect Miss Senorita Flor de la Feria, from the beginning, go to their house, talk to them, and tell them you're going to be our next Senorita Flor de la Feria. Avoid all this conflict with competition, because instead of boosting girls, boosting us our confidence, they make us feel low and encouraged and that we're not good enough. Especially some of those girls have won more than one pageant and none of them got any place. So what is that saying about them? That our work that we have shown throughout the years isn't worth it? So I would just tell them that to ask an apology and to do things better, or next year make it be out of money. Each candidate reunites how much money they can reunite, and then whoever wins wins. But this whole competition does not help us in any way at all. And if he blames it on the judges, well, I'm sorry that he's not getting the right judges or the right tabulators that's going to be other points right. So he's blaming the judges. He's like, I do not have the fault that the judges gave you a 5. Even though I saw that you did a better job than 5, I could not do anything about it. What is this saying about him? It talks negatively about him.
During our studio interview this afternoon, Guerra stressed that her complaint is not against the reigning Senorita Flor de la Feria, Rian Gutierrez, whom is her cousin. Another of the contestants in the Senorita Flor de la Feria, Miss Nimle Punit Gabriele Valdez, who is complaining about glitches in the pageant, says the agreed script for the pageant was changed at the last minute without their knowledge.
What I didn't like was that they had a plan that they were supposed to follow on that day for the pageant. That plan changed on the same night of the pageant. They were supposed to have a segment called Save the Queen. All of a sudden, they scratched that segment out and they decided that that segment wasn't going to happen anymore. Why? 2 years straight they've been doing that segment. Why scratch it out on the spot, on the night of the pageant, at the moment that it was supposed to happen? To me, that didn't make sense. My next point was that for the question and answer segment, each candidate, the top 4 that were supposed to be there, each candidate was supposed to pull out the name of a judge, and those judges had their question. That night they didn't do that. What happened to that? What they did was that the candidates, they were aligned, and they were like, pick a number from 1 to 5. I mean, they had all of this planned already. This was like the whole plan that they had already. Why did they change that? Apparently, they were supposed to go in order. For example, the first one that they called was Edna Aguirre. And then it was Altunha, Rihanna Gutierrez, and then it was Jessica, and then it was my colleague here, Caracol. Each one of them were supposed to answer their questions accordingly to the way that they were called. That did not happen. They started off in alphabetical order. And they didn't even call the judges as they had planned, but they just like pick a number from 1 to 5. That's my whole issue there, and especially the part that the Save the Queen segment. I mean, they took a chance from the other 3 to enter into the top 4 that we did our best out there just to put in someone else at the last minute. To me, that was certainly unfair, because I don't say I am not here to say that I did the best. But I know that my other 3 colleagues that didn't make it, I know that they worked hard, and I thought that they were competition for me too. And I think that that was very unfair, because they took a chance from my other colleagues and myself to enter in the top 3 because they took that segment away from us. Like, it wasn't fair. And imagine our parents, they had their phone loaded with credit already just for them to help us, to save one of us. To me, that was very unfair, and I really disliked that a lot.
For her part, Ms. Lamanai Jessica Salam says crucial glitches during the show put her candidacy at a distinct disadvantage.
First of all, my personal video and my speech was not shown that night. My family expected something from me that in that speech I spoke about my mom, how hard she worked for it. I was like really, really, really looking forward for my speech. I wanted my mom to feel like loved and appreciated from what I've been doing. My video was not shown, nor Yvette's one. But I believe that if it was not shown, they could have apologized. They said it was technical difficulties, which I honestly do not believe. And for Yvette one, they did apologize, but for my one, they were like, okay, it didn't show, let's move on. What happened to me, I'm part of the candidates. I'm part of that 7 candidates. Imagine if I wasn't there, there wouldn't be another one. Second of all, I have an issue with the question and answer. You were there that night. I know that my answer was not the best, but I know that I didn't freeze. I do not want to point fingers, but there was one candidate that froze on stage. You saw it yourself. She froze 3 times. How is it possible that she got the same points that I got, and she didn't even answer the question?
Have you spoken to the organizers, and what are they saying to you?
Well, I did. I asked Oki and Abed. I told him, Oscar, my family and I have, questions about the scores. Can we kindly go to you and speak to you about it? And then his answer was, like, in text, you can actually read the person's tone. He's like, if you want, you can come with your entire family and we can discuss this at the town hall Tuesday. And then at the end, he knew that I'm going through some internal problems and as well health problems, and my family knows it as well. And he's like, oh, we can speak about your health as well. He doesn't need, I asked about the scores. I didn't even ask about my health. How can he bring that up? That's something internal of me. That's something that's affecting me. If he wants to bring it up, he will not only damage me and my family, but he will damage Señorita Flor de la Feria. Because honestly, I trusted something to all of them for the trip. I trusted something internal. And it drags me really down. It puts me on the floor when they bring it up like that. It's not something that can just be spoken out like that.
All 3 contestants told the TNC News that they have sought audiences with the organizers of the Señorita Flor de la Feria to discuss the situation, but so far nothing amicable has been resolved. TNC News has also reached out to both the coordinator of the pageant, Oscar Nabet, and Mayor Geraldo Rancharan, but we have been unable to talk with either of the gentlemen. We will continue to try to get the organizers of the pageant for a response to the claims being made by the pageant contestants. The National Garifuna Council today issued a release on the gruesome murder of 47-year-old Llewellyn Lucas. The statement starts off by offering condolences to Lucas's family and friends, noting that his horrific and untimely death has impacted all of us, and this heinous act of decapitation cannot be condoned in our society. End of quote. The NGC release says that the response to the crime must be spiritual, as well as bringing together everyone from all walks of life in deep prayer to ask God's guidance for revelation, and that the perpetrators of this grisly crime be brought to justice. With Lucas being the second Garifuna person murdered within a short time, the NGC is demanding justice both for Lucas and for John J. Rodriguez's murder. The NGC release concludes by calling on government to, and we quote, partner with professional agencies and seek independent foreign assistance to investigate the beheading of Pastor Lucas and other heinous murders in Belize, especially those that have gone cold. End of quote. This is the news on the national channel. We will take a look at the weather right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing that hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
Conditions continue to be moist and unstable over our area. Here is the forecast for Thursday. that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecaster Ronald Gordon at the Belize Weather Bureau. To summarize the news, here are the main points again. Visiting heart specialists hold free clinic in Santa Elena town. Contestants of the Señorita Flor de la Feria complain about glitches in the pageant. And Foreign Minister Wilfred Elrington attends commemoration of Sandinista Revolution in Nicaragua. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.